What's up guys, welcome back to the next video. My name is QTS Daniel, you guys watching my channel Crowwood. Okay, so in this video we're gonna show you guys the constructor which we already discussed and a destructor. So this video is about destructor, how the destructor works, why we declare destructor. We all know the constructor. So first we begin with, I have to save time, I have created class number.h, and you guys gonna see that my number.h, and I have included my number here inside the main, which I'm gonna run. And here this is called number, so I'm gonna create a number. So here I have a class, create a class number, that's my interface, and I put a using number h, namespace std, and I have a class number, and I have a public, and I have a function here which I'm going to explain soon to you guys why I put it there. So that's to save time, so instead of me creating everything, it's going to take time. So all right, so why we need a constructor is, we already know that the constructor is, we call it when the object is created. So constructor is called when the object is created. So what about destructor? Why do we need a destructor? It's called a function, is also a function. So like just like constructor, destructor is also like a special function, and is called when the object is destroyed. So object constructor, we call it when the object is created, and it means that is it is called when the object declaration is executed. And for global objects, the constructor is called when the program begins execution prior to the call of the main. So here is a main. We create some sort of global objects here. We put somewhere is here, but that's called global objects. For the local objects, the constructor is called each time the object's declaration is encountered. So we hear that the local objects here inside the main, and there is global objects. Most of the time we need to perform some actions or series of actions when our objects gets destroyed. A local objects is created when this guy is we start this one and close this one, that's local objects, they get destroyed. And when we finish this main, or when we finish our say this guy is finished here, it means this gets destroyed. And the global ones are destroyed when the program terminates, means program is going to finish. So that's the difference between the local and the global one. Okay, so we're going to come here, and there are a lot of reasons why we need to use the destructor. We use destructor when the objects that we create, we allocate the memory to the object, and sometimes we need the object to deallocate the memory that is it had previously allocated. So in C++, the destructors also can handle the deactivation. The destructor has the same name as the constructor, just like we've seen here, like before, that this has the same name as say constructor. We see is the same name as a class, but the only difference is going to use tilde. It's going to use like this guy here, like that. So if a number, and we put a number, that this is our destructor now. So keep in mind, it shares the same name as the constructor. It shares and the constructor shares the same name as the class, and the destructors also shares the same name. And this has a little bit some extra guys at the front, and it's called tilde. So when we use tilde, it means that we are destroying the object. Like a constructor, the destructors also, they don't have a return type. Okay, so keep in mind, in constructor and destructor we don't use the return type. Okay, so and when you guys use here, just like a global, when you guys create a function and you guys can put a variable inside the function, that's a local, and when there is outside, that's a global variable. So that's a difference between local and global. Okay, so now we have our class interface. We have a class, and now inside the class we're gonna declare a few variables, and the first one is going to be num, and we assign the size of you can assign the size of 50 or 100, or say we put it with the size of 150. And the second one is going to be we're going to have another two numbers. So we have a num, our b num, our left num, our right num, our we put a left num, and we put a right num. We put a right num. So now we have the first one is going to be number, and this one's gonna be the left number and the right number. It's just example to show you guys how we're gonna display our number, and how we're gonna assign our number, and how we're gonna deallocate the number, how we're gonna destroy our objects. Alright, so now we have 3 variables here. The first one is going to be int num, and we're going to assign the 150, and the second one is going to be, say, left num and right num. So now we're going to come a little bit down, and we're going to create our constructor. So we put a constructor, and the first our constructor is going to be, say, number. So number, we put so we put the name of our constructor here, and that's a constructor. And now our constructor is gonna be the left num. So I'm gonna save the left num, and we put the right num. So we put the right num is equal to 0. This is another way. If you guys can put, say, the left num and the right num is 0, that's exactly the same. So you can put in one line, or you can put in separate lines. So when we come here, in order to make it simple, you can use the same line too. So we can come here, instead of putting 0, you just put 1 0. So now our left num and right num we initialize with 0 inside the first constructor. And what message we're gonna say? That we're gonna say cout. That's coming from our first constructor. We say the number line has initialized. So we put it initialized. So that's our number line has been initialized, and that's the message we're gonna say to put it to ourselves. And you can put a next line here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put here next line. So now my first constructor, which is a number, shares the same name as the class, and it's gonna be assigned the left num, and the right num we assign it to 0, and we're gonna display a message that the right number line has been initialized. All right, so now in the public, you guys need to declare your constructor, and that's gonna be number. So this guy is here. As I said, that's a constructor. So how about the destructor, as I was talking to you guys? So now we're gonna go on our destructor, create our destructor here. And the destructor, as I said, it shares the same name as the class. And we're gonna go, we say number, and we put our tilde, just to we let the computer know that we are declaring the number. So that's the number, that's the second one. So now what you guys going to see here, you guys going to see that that's the name of the class, and that's your constructor. And the second one's also, but this guy here got a tilde. It means that we are intending to use destructor. We want to destroy this object here, whatever that we created here. So now we are initializing with 0, and we're putting a message to ourselves that our the number line has been initialized, and here we are destroying the number line. So here we are putting cout the number So now we're going to put some sort of message. We are letting ourselves know that the number line has been destroyed. So that's the first one initializes, that's the second one destroys. And if you guys gonna come here and put a number, so number, and we're gonna put our number, and now it looks the same as a constructor, and the only difference this one has a tilde at the front. So now we have a destructor here, and that's our destructor. Alright, so now the first one is a constructor, this guy here, and this guy here. This one is just like exactly looks like a constructor, and with the exception this one has have a tilde. Destructor is also function, it's just like constructor, and it's called when the object is destroyed. Now this guy is a destroyer. wrecker. This guy is constructor, is just like a builder. So there is a two opposite sides here, the ones we destroy and the one we are gonna construct. That's how the program works everywhere around the world. Some people destroy and some people they build, but you need it. You need the destroyers and need the constructors both, because without the constructor you guys can't build. You guys need to destroy sometime to build. Say you guys go on old buildings and the buildings collapsing, you guys need to destroy it to build another one. So you guys need to actually free a space, building space, to destroy the old one to make a room for the new one. So that's what you guys need. That's exactly works like a real world. You guys need to destroy a building or real when you guys sometimes the railway station or building or airport so old that it's going to crumble. So you call the builder, the wreckers, they're going to come to destroy the building to make a room for the new airport or our stadium or whatever you guys want to build. Okay, so there we have used our constructor and we have used our destructor. Now we're gonna use that we put some sort of we set the number and we get the number, because as you guys know that you guys need to set the number and you guys get the number. So what we're gonna do here, and the first one is we're gonna come here and we put our number. We put the name of the class. Okay, so now we're gonna use the put the number. Set the number. So we're gonna put a put number or set number. We're gonna put this time put number. Okay, so now our put number is gonna take the one int. We put an int I, and now we're gonna use this I. So now what we're gonna do this, we're gonna put the number inside this in this line. So and now we're gonna use the left num. And we're going to increment that one. So we're going to increment the left num and we're going to increment that one. So how about we don't want our number to exceed, so we want to put if. We're using if our left num reaches say to 100 or 50 whatever, then we say that the number line has reached. So the number line we put it say C out, the number line is full. When it reaches there, we're gonna display a message that the number we don't want, we are not gonna accept that one because the number line is full, and we're gonna return that one. Return. Now because you guys need to display this one, you guys need to put this function is gonna put the number or set the number. Then we're gonna come here and we put a say put number. I'm gonna save because it's not coming on top. We put a put number. So that put number is have one parameter, and the parameter is int I. I is imaginary number, so we put an int. And you guys can put I, because I here is a just imaginary number. It's not a real number or anything. We just imaginary number, as you guys know, that's in the mathematics. All right, so now we're gonna get we're gonna come and put some sort of function to get our number. So here we didn't put the specify. The first one we put a number. We need to put some sort of is it modify. We put a void here. We can put a void here as well, because you guys need to put this void. And so how about if we put a number here. Now our left num is gonna increment. So how about we assign some space, and that one's gonna be num 150. We're gonna use the num 150 here, and we put a num and we put a left num inside. Left num, because when you guys increment this one, then you guys need to use this one, because the area of this one if we use is 150. That's much space we need for this one. All right, so we're gonna go on the second one, is that we put an int, we put a number, we put a number scope, we put a scope resolution operator, and then we put a get number, say here we put a put number, and now we're going to get number here, get number. All right, so now our get numbers is going to be the type int, and we're going to need to put it inside here, inside the public. We need to put an int get number, get number, and this our number. Keep in mind that's int, and this one's get number, but this get number doesn't have any parameter inside, so we are not going to put any parameter here. So our get numbers, the function is going to be, okay, so now our int number is going to get number. What sort of number can you get? So we're going to copy this guy here, or we're going to put something like that. I'm going to put a right, and I'm going to choose that one. Right num is, we're going to increment the right num. We put a return. The reason we're returning is because we have an int, and we put our num, and it's gonna be right num. Okay, so how about if you put a limit? Then we're gonna put our number if, then we put a, say, some sort of if right. So if you put a right num equal to the left num, so if they both equal to, then what we're going to see, then we're going to see that see out the number line underflow. So that's the message we're going to see. And then we're going to come here and put some sort of next line here. So we have one set number, and now we have a one get number here. So we're going to come here, and we're going to see this is our put number. We're going to have int I, and we're going to have get number. So we have a put number and get number here. You guys look at here that we are have a constructor here, and that's our constructor. The first one is constructor. Left number and right number we assign 0, and we put number is initialized, and now we're going to free the memory, the area. We're going to say that the number line has been destroyed. Okay, so now we're going to put a put number, and we're going to get number. So if left num is equal to 100, we're going to put the number line is full, and that's we're going to increment, and now we're going to put our number here. And where is our number? That's our number num, and that's one has a space of 150. And here we're going to do exactly the same thing. We put a condition if right num is equal to left num, and the left num is on top. If it's equal to 100 or equal to 150, we put a 150 because that's our space, not 100. If it's equal to 50, it means that's a full. So we display message that's a full. If it's equal to 150, it means that's a full. So that's the left number. If it's reached to 150 is full, and that's the same thing we're going to say if num is equal to left num, and left num is got that much. If we say that the line is underflow. Okay, so now that's our program is ready, and now we're going to put some numbers on our constructor is going to initialize some number. Okay, so before we're going to run our program to see if we have any. We're going to build, and we're going to see if we have any error so we can fix. Alright, so here it says no declaration matches void number put int. So we're gonna come here and say, well, what is we're gonna check our put number void put number. We're gonna say if there is a typo here, so we're gonna copy this one. We're gonna copy this one, and you guys look in here, I have a typo here, so I'm gonna remove this one. I have a typo, and I'm gonna put that one there, and I'm gonna Control S, and I'm gonna build my project again. So there is a 2 warning here, and it's gonna be num, which is gonna be left num. Okay, so it's giving us warning here. So we have int I, Okay, so we have int, and we're gonna put an I here. Alright, so now it's good because we have an int I we declared here, we haven't used it. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna this number whatever here, and we're gonna assign this I here to this one. Okay, now it should be alright. Now we're gonna check again. So we're gonna go and all good. Look, there is no warning or anything, so we're gonna put this one okay. Alright, so I'll go through this one again. We have a class number, we have a int num, and we have a variable we assign 150, that's the size, and we put a left number and right number, and we put a number, that's our constructor and destructor. With the constructor we assign everything to 0, and we are gonna put a message number is initialized. With the destructor, then we put a number is destroyed. We gonna declare both, and here we're gonna have two number. We put a put number and get number. That one's gonna have a parameter I, and here we have a two function here, two methods here. We have a put number I, and we put a left numbers. We are gonna increment that one, and it and get number we're gonna increment the right one. Then we put a num, which is our variable. We put a put number, and we're gonna assign whatever we're gonna get. We put it on this one on the number, and we have a return num, and we're gonna return here. Alright, so now we're gonna go and declare in the main. So we're gonna go in the main, and we're gonna create our objects. Create objects. Okay, so how many objects do you guys want? Do we want to create? We want to create two. We put a number x and y. So we have a two number, and the first one is going to be number x and the number y. Okay, so now we create our objects, and that's objects, that's the name of the class, and we're going to say x and y. And now we're going to put some numbers here through our object. So here we have a get number, and we have a put number. So we're going to put our number, we're going to get our number. The first ones you guys going to come here, and we're going to say x, and we put a put number. And what numbers do we want to put? So say for example you guys want to put a say 20. We can put a 20. And then y, what numbers you want to put for y? We put a y, and we want to put a number. What numbers do you guys want to put? Say you want to put a say 30 for example. Alright, so we're going to come down, and we're going to put x and y again. So we're going to repeat the same process. We want 4 numbers. You guys can put 6 numbers, up to you. You guys can put a 4 numbers. We have a 2 objects, that's going to be x. You guys can put here say we have a 20 and 30, and now we can put 40, or you can put a 40, and the last one you guys can put a 1. Up to you, any numbers you guys want to put. Now we want to display our number. We're going to put a C out, and first ones we're going to be x dot get number. So we want to get number. We want to leave room here, and we want to see out. Then we want to get the second one. We're going to say x, and we're going to get number, and we're going to leave a room here. That's the second one. And now we're going to put a C out. Now we're going to put a y get number, and now we're going to come here and we put a get number here, and the last one we're going to put a C out, y dot get number. Okay, now we're going to put it here as a get number. We have xy, we put a 20, 30, and we put a xy again, we put a 20 and 30, and now here we're getting to our x first, and then we're going to get our y here. Alright, so we're going to see Control S to save, and we're going to run our program for any error. Okay, so now you guys going to see this guy here, the number has been initialized. We initialize our number, we're getting our number 20, 40, 30 and 1. And if you look in here, 20, then 40, then this guy, then 30 and 1. Why are we getting 20 and 40? Because we are putting x and x here and y here. So this guy 20 belongs to x, and 30 belongs to y, and 20 then 40 belongs to x, and 1 belongs to y. And now you look in here, the number has been destroyed. Now we're gonna, so that's our constructor, and now this is our destructor in action. Now we're gonna initialize our number, we're gonna display our number, our program displays, and our program now destroys the number. So that's how the destruction works. If you look in here, we have a constructor and we have a destructor. Now we create an object. That's our objects. X and y is our number. You guys can create any number, x, y, z. You guys can create that one. So that's one. We're gonna display the x. We're gonna get the number, and you can explain y. You guys can get for y. You can create another object as well if you want. So we're gonna create another object. We're gonna kind of z. So we're gonna copy this one. You guys can x, y, z. We put a z. That put number, and what number do you guys want to say? We want to put 13, and now here, and you're gonna get a put number, another number here. We put a x, y, z. That put a number, and the number is gonna be 5, for example. We're gonna put a number, and we put a x, x, y, y, and now here we're gonna put a z, z. So we put a c out. We put a z. Dot get number. So we're getting our number here, and we put a c out, and we put a z dot get number, and we're getting that numbers again. You can create an endl here, end of line. Okay, so now you guys can put another objects here. We are initializing 3 objects, not 2. So now we have a x, y, z. That's numbers we're gonna put in our number line. This here we're gonna put our number line, and now we're gonna, after we display our number, then we're gonna destroy our number. Then our destruction is gonna come in and destroys our number. Okay, so now look at here, the number has been 3 number has been initialized. It means that we're creating the 3 number x, y, z. So it's gonna come in as 20, 40, 30. And the last one is going to be 13, which is this guy here and this guy here. So that's our last object here. This is the first one and the second one, and that's the last one. And here we are destroying all of them. So the number line has been destroyed. Okay, so where the number line has been destroyed coming from is coming from here. This guy here, because we are calling the destructor here. We have called an instructor is called. The number has been initialized, and here we are calling the destructor. It means that this is going to destroy our number. So that's our number line, and you guys going to see here that we have created 3 objects here. All our objects created fine. Now we have we are assigning numbers x, y, z, x, y, z, and now we are displaying. So we are displaying x, our number, and then we're going to go to y, and now we're going to display z. So if you run again, now you guys gonna look at here, that's x, and then y, and then that's a z. That's 3 objects here. We are creating 3 objects, and we are destroying the 3 objects. So that's how destruction works in C++. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.